Well, a little chilly this morning. It's after 8 a.m. already. There's a chilly wind blowing in from the west, north, or northwest. I think it's more from the north. Yeah, anyway, it's cold enough for a sweatshirt, so. But I'm going to work on the concrete at the bridge again. Sand, creek sand and cement first. Then after that's done, top it off with quikrete ready mix. Looky there, the sun came out. How about that? It's about time. That little bit of sun might warm it up a little bit. Yeah, there's a little wind blowing on the pond, making waves. I'm back to get 4 more buckets of creek sand. I'm back on the bridge again, ready to start working. I'm ready for the first bucket of sand. Today I'm going to start on this end work. Since I already filled that in yesterday from the digging I did here, I'm going to start here and work my way down. I think that'll work good. I'm going to make it a little bit more soupy today, so so I don't have to work it so much. Let's let it spread out on its own mostly. I got 4 buckets to work with. I'll start from down there and work my way. There's a deeper hole right there. Yeah, that's deeper. So, like I said, I'll start from that end and work my way down. And if I need more sand, I'll get plenty more in the creek. First bucket of sand and cement. Yeah, I made it a little bit more soupy today because I'm just going to pour it out from the wheelbarrow instead of using a shovel. Yeah, this will help it spread out more. Oh wait, I forgot to put my boards up. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not going to start there. I got the board set up. I got it braced with some old electric fence post. And I got some rocks under that gap there, under the board. So I want to pour that first along the edge. All along the edge. I need some more rock for that gap though. But my first batch is going to go there against the board. Well, 1 bucket of sand didn't go very far, but I'll put the next bucket of sand right there. That's the deepest areas there. Yeah, that area there. So once I get into this area, it should spread out farther, I hope. But I got more sand in the creek if I need it. Ready for the second bucket of sand. And I'll make this one soupy again. Very soupy this time. This bucket of sand is going right about there. Although I need to put another rock there first. Okay, I got another flat piece and I had to knock it down a little bit. It was too tall. So that should help. Yeah, that'll at least keep the cement from going under too far. Along with the board, of course. Okay, let's dump it. Well, it looks like I didn't put as much cement in this third bucket compared to those two. Probably because it was the last of the bag. It looked like enough, but I guess not. Oh well, it'll still be okay. It's just a filler anyway, mostly. And it'll hold up once I put the quikrete on top. Fourth bucket of sand today, and starting a new new bag. Is that a sack or a bag? Bag of cement. I think I added enough cement this time. I hope. Now to add the water. Fourth bucket today is ready to dump. Well, since I didn't think I added enough cement to that third wheelbarrow, I went ahead and sprinkled some cement on top of it. It can't hurt. It'll help it bond with the quikrete when I put that on, I think. Anyway, the fourth bucket's going to go there. We'll see how this ends up. I'll probably still need at least two more buckets of sand. Well, fourth bucket went from here all the way to there. Yeah. Well, I need one more bucket of sand, but I'm going to go ahead and get four since I'm going through the trouble driving in there. I'm going to see if I can use some of that sand and cement somewhere else around here. But I at least need one there. Besides, I got plenty of cement left. If I don't use it for something, I can always use it for posts, to fill in posts instead of quikrete. I can always mix some sands free because it's in the creek. Yeah, but I'll use it around here first, patch a few things before I start the quikrete bags. Well, let's go get another 4 buckets then. The sand that I'm collecting is on the other side of those clumps of weeds there. It's cleaner than over here. This is where they go in and out, and they crap there all the time. So it's cleaner over that way. Yeah. I'll get 4 more. I got 4 buckets yesterday and 4 buckets today, and now I'm getting 4 more today. I'm thinking about putting just sand and cement through here. Just the sand and cement. Yeah. I'll make it. I'm not even going to use any reinforcement. I could, but I'm not. And if it gets busted apart, well, that's what I did here. I patched that with just quikrete. Here too, I patched that with quikrete. Quikrete. Yeah. And looks like some of it busted apart during the floods, but I think it'll hold up. But I'm going to use sand and cement, not quikrete. Quikrete is going to go over there. The sand and cement, I'll just do here. Okay, let's get to shoveling some sand. Okay, another 4 buckets of sand coming up. Get it? Coming up the hill. Not quite. Gotta get them in. Got the sand in the buckets first. Well, 4 full buckets of sand. Let's bring them up the hill, one at a time. I'm cooling my feet off in the creek. It is good. But I got work to do. Let's haul them up there. I'm going to haul them over there first, and then I'll carry them up the hill one at a time. Oh boy. Them things are heavy. Oh, there's another 4 buckets of sand. And this bucket should finish the area under the reinforcement wires. This is the 5th bucket of sand today. Ready to pour. Ready to pour in this corner. Yeah. We'll see. I probably have too much for that corner, but I'm going to go with it anyway. If I have too much, I don't know, I'll put it somewhere else. I'll put it down in there. That's a little low there anyway, in that area. There we go. Okay. 5th bucket went there. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in the corner. And the 5th bucket, that part of it went over here to fill in that lower spot there. You can see the change in the color. Maybe I don't have enough cement, I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, I'm ready to mix the 6th bucket. So that's done. That's done, and that's done. All I need to do now is put the quikrete in, but I want that to dry a little bit first. While I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit, I want to touch up. Put a little sand and cement right there on top of the rock, and in this little spot there. I don't think I'm going to go all the way out. I'm going to just put rock in there. I got some rock left up on top, and I'm not going to bother that there either. But I will put the quikrete across there though. When I start doing the quikrete, I'll put it all the way to there. And I don't know what I'm going to do in the middle here. I should patch this with some sand and cement. Yeah, the rest of it's pretty good. Yeah, I might put sand and cement all the way out and there in front of there and over here, if I got enough cement, that is. Now let's put some in there first, and then 1 bucket, 2 buckets, 3 buckets. I got 3 buckets left, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if I need some more, I'll get some more sand. It's just a matter of how much cement I got left. 6th bucket of sand today. And I'll put it right through there. If I can get it all to fit. There, through here. I got a little bit more cement left, so enough for 1 more wheelbarrow, 1 more bucket. But I also, on my how many was it now? On my last bucket over there from the 4, so that'd be 8. On my 8th bucket, I put too much water in, so I need a little extra sand for that. So I only got 2 buckets, but I only filled them about 3/4 full each. That should give me enough to finish the wheelbarrow that I've been working on, and the rest I'll use for the last bit of cement I got. Well, I sure made that too too watery, too soupy. So I had to get some more sand for this, but I also have some more cement. Also have more cement to use up. That's why I got 3/4 buckets. Part of that's going to go into here, and the other part is going to go for the next batch and use up all my cement. So I added about half of that bucket. I got a quarter. It was 3/4, and now it's a quarter. And I'll add that to that bucket to make it a whole bucket. And I can be careful that I don't add too much water to the next one. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's like a bucket and a half in there because I added too much water. I'm going to try to spread this last, well, it won't be the last wheelbarrow, but this bigger one. From there all the way across. But I got one more, what do you call it? Bucket of sand and enough cement to make another bucket of sand. So after I get that done through here, I'm going to put the rest of it over there. I'm going to pick some of the weeds out first. So let's get this one dumped first. I'm going to spread that out now all the way across as much as I can. I think that'll work. Yeah, my last bucket of sand I'm going to put on that side. I'm going to scrape some of them weeds out of there. I'm just going to cut it right in through there and up. We don't drive that close to that post anyway, but in case we do, I want it even out. I'll get some rock for that later. I don't have much rock left, but I'll use what I got. Well, I kind of made that one a little bit too soupy again. I wasn't careful enough with the water. First it was too dry, then it became too wet. Anyway, I spread it anyway. And I didn't feel like getting any more sand. I'll let that all dry. Yeah, that's good enough. I can't drive up here anymore. But I'm going to start, I won't need to drive here until this dries. I don't think I do anyway. I saved a little bit of cement because I want to spread it across the area that I'm going to put quikrete on. Just as a little bonus. Well, that side's all done as much as I'm going to do. At the sides here, there, and the three sides, that's all just sand and cement with no reinforcement in it. Okay. And same thing here, sand and cement, sand and cement. This here is quikrete. That's quikrete, the white part. And I sprinkled some leftover cement. It wasn't leftover, I saved it. I just sprinkled some cement powder on there so that I have a better contact when I put the quikrete on. Okay, that part's done. I got to do that part yet. Now I'm going to start using the quikrete. I got 12 bags, and we'll see. Since I put that sand and cement underneath the panel, hopefully that'll spread farther. Yeah, I won't need so many. Yeah, because I'm hoping to have at least one bag left over. I got another place I need to put some besides here. Anyway, before I get ready to start that, I'm wondering what the cattle are doing. They haven't come down yet to eat. So I'm just going to walk up to the top and see what the cattle are doing. Yeah, I can't drive on that new concrete there. Yeah, so I'll just walk. Well, that's where I've been getting my sand for the sand and cement for this bridge project. Bridge maintenance, I guess you'd call it. I think I got 4 buckets yesterday, 8 buckets today, plus those two 3/4 buckets at the end. Okay, that's about almost 14 buckets of sand, and that's heavy going up that hill, that embankment there. Okay, I'm walking to the top to check the cattle since I haven't been down here yet. Well, I guess I could, even if I don't get done with that quikrete today, I'm going to close the gate there by the bridge when I leave today, and I'm going to open this gate. Let them come in here and eat that road, because the ground's dry now, so there's no problem to make tracks. There's a lot of stuff in here for them to eat. Of course, there's still a lot of grass out there for them to eat too, everywhere. But they can come in here, get the pond, and just enjoy a new place. Yeah, but I'm sure they're going to eat the road grass. And I keep forgetting to put insecticide and oil on that cattle rubber. Yeah. One of these days I'll remember. Yeah, there's stuff here to eat. Yeah. Up there too. They like to go up there and play with the cedar trees. And up here too. Okay, let's keep going. At least I was working in the shade doing that concrete. There's no shade here. And this sun's hot. No cattle up here yet. I haven't seen any. They're probably over by the other pond. Took out a little bit of rock. I ain't cleaning that up. I can pull some of that up there. Use that by the bridge on this side of the gate. By the gate. Under the gate, whatever. And corrals up there. Hay from last year is there. What I counted before? 72? Yeah. Last year I had 74 bales left over from 23. Okay, I gotta walk up there, see what they did to those trees that I cut down the other day. Here's that fence I put up. Keep them cattle away from the bales, and it worked. And there's the trees I cut down the other day when I moved that fence. Well, no, from there down, or say that post, I moved it down. I moved it over. It was on this side of the tree. See that tree? The first one that cut. The fence was on this side, and I moved it on that side. I still had on that dead tree where the big tree is. I still had to keep the fence on this side of that stump because there were too many roots from that big tree. I couldn't get my post in. What are they doing down there? They're lounging around my new gate. They like it down there. One of them's out here. That's a cow that's the white one that I'm going to keep. Yeah, I'll get a closer look. Yeah, I'll have to cut all these up one of these days. Yeah, I got to cut that limb off, a couple of limbs off so they can eat the rest of those leaves. Not right now. I'm working on that bridge. Yeah, I got to saw all these up with a chainsaw and throw them over into the trees. Okay, let's get closer. And this dead tree fell. The tip of it right there. Most of that one there, on a bigger one, I sawed off. It broke 3 insulators. I replaced it with black ones, and one of these down here was broken. So I replaced 3 insulators, but still worked out. pretty good. There's a few leaves there they can eat. They eat everything else though. This tree here was dead, it didn't have no leaves on it. That's when I had to pull out. That one had lots of leaves on and they ate everything that they could reach. But I got to cut a couple limbs off there and they can eat the rest. I also have some tree limbs to trim off over there by the gate, so my brother don't get hit in the face with tree limbs. Laying out in the sun. I guess the white cattle can tolerate the heat more. That's one reason I crossbred them with the Italian whites, because they're more heat tolerant than the Highlands were. That's her calf, that white one. That little calf is the white cow's calf. There's the other 4, and that bull calf there. He's from the cow I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell him too. I'm keeping a little Blackie though. I'm going to take him up to the house to be with his brother, the white bully. That's his older brother by a year. Okay, cattle all going back down to the pond area. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, and this, see, fence was on this side of the tree, a couple feet on this side, and out fly. And I moved from there. I had to keep it on this side of that stump. Yeah, but that's okay. It works out better that way anyway. And I it used to be over there. See that where that post is laying on the ground? That's where the fence was hooked up to. Well, actually, it was hooked up to the post on the end of the gate, but it was broke. So I had that one in there, and then the fence was hooked to that going down. So I made it a little bit wider here because of the L-shaped corner that I created to give the gate post more strength. You gonna play with your little sister? You know, the 3 girls like to hang out together. These are the 3 heifers. The oldest one, then the second to last. Ouch! Second to the last youngest, and then that's the youngest one. Those are the 3 heifers this year. And the last one was April 25. And those 2 bulls, they were born close together, about a week apart. March 11 and 17, I think. Yeah. You were born March 28th. The little one, April 6th, and April 25. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I'm going to have to treat you guys for flies, or at least treat your oiler one of these days. Look at that, they're playing with it. The vine hanging down. That's a grapevine, wild grape. Okay, flies are biting me. Yeah, I worked on this long gate project for 3 days. First day, I brought the gate and that wire panel that wraps around there. I brought that down from the corral, and then I dug in and set the first 2 posts. First day. Second day, ouch! Second day, I put in the 3rd post. I don't know, is that all I did? I know the 3rd day, that's the 2nd day. Oh, yeah, I set the 3rd post, and then I put those 2 boards at the top, plus the other ones on top. But those 2, I cut those 2 boards, or notched them in, those 2x4s on top. And then I put a cow panel around, bent it around all 3 posts. Yeah, that's what I did. Took me a while to notch out all those posts though. That's what was the hard part. And then on the 3rd day, I cut down those 3 trees, put up that fence over there, crossways, protect the bales, and then I hung the gate. I actually took off the other gate, which is over there. That was only a 12-footer. This is 16. I took that off, took the hinges out, put the hinges on that post, hung that gate. Then I pulled out this, well, I actually didn't have to pull it out. That post there was broke on this side of that post. That was an extra post I put in to hold this gate, the old gate up. So I stuck it in there. That's going to hold the gate when it's open. It's working good. And then I, after I cut the trees down, I moved the fence over. I had to pull all the T-posts out and move them over. I got white insulators on the third post over there. The flies are biting me. I think they're deer flies though. And then the last thing I did was pull that post out. I'll pick it up one of these days. I think I got a place for it. But not for a while. Yeah, I got the other part. I got about a six or 7 foot of the cow panel there. I got it stood up on the end there, so cows don't rub on it because it's got a sharp edge. And then I put the gate in there, tied it to the tree, so the cattle don't rub on it. I'll move that out one of these days. Take it someplace. Probably take it up by the corral. That's a good place to keep it. The new location for the fence. I still have to clean up the trees, the fallen trees or cut trees, and also cut those stumps off. At least those two, the sassafras ones. And this is what I did the other day. Yeah, it works pretty good. What I want to do though, I thought about it today. Today I was going to put that one on. I had 3 2x4s. And I was going to notch them all in like that. And then one there, one on the bottom. Well, once I got the top one on, and I realized how hard it was to notch them in like that with a handsaw. I decided I didn't need the other two, the one here, and especially that one down there, because I'd have to dig down in the ground, and I didn't want to do that. And nothing's gonna bother the bottom one anyway. But I still like to put one in the middle, but a different way. My new plan is to do something like that. That was just an old leftover piece of wood. It's rotten, and I just use that as an example. I'll make a notch there. I'll make it in line with those one of the things going across. And that's probably where I'll put it, right there, about the middle. And that way once I get it in, then I can nail the wire to that board with a staple. Yeah. And I'll notch it in here, and I'll notch it in here so I can slide it right in. Same thing on this one and that one. I'll just notch them and slide the boards in, and then I'll nail them. That'll give me a little more strength. Yeah. And I got 2 more 2x4s that I bought, so I'll use one of them, and I'll still have one left over for other things. While I'm here, that post that I pulled out, I need to pull that out of the way. I don't have a shovel with me, but what I want to do is take all these wood scraps, throw them in that hole before I put the dirt on. All this other stuff too, plastic, because I don't feel like picking it up. Some of that plastic stuff's got nails in it. That came off an old hay wagon. Yeah. That used to be parked right there. I moved it over to where the old junk cars are, and they don't have a bed on it no more, or a frame. It might still. I think it still has the supports for the bed, but that's about it. Okay, let me fill that hole in with that wood. Yeah, I filled it in the hole with all those chunks of wood that I knocked out of those notches there. Yeah, and the roots that I dug out from that post and this post, I didn't have no new roots on that one, I don't think. But those two I had roots. Yeah. Yeah, I laid them there as a reminder of what I had to do to get those holes dug. And I put those old pieces of plywood, I put it on top of the hole because I'm going to have some more wood chips once I notch that post and this post this way and that way, this way, and this way. So once I notch them in, throw those chips in there too. And then I'll cover it up with dirt. Woodpecker up in the tree, I think. Something's making a noise up there. I don't know what. Anyway, I don't feel like walking all the way down there. I've seen the cattle, most of them. The bulls probably, and the other cows are down there somewhere by the pond in the shade. I don't feel like walking all the way down there. I just come up to see, make sure the cows were here. And okay, because they didn't come down to the bottom pasture while I was working on that bridge concrete. And now I need to get back to that concrete work down there. Start on the quikrete mixing. Yeah. After I get the concrete work done there by the bridge, I'll come back here. I'll have to cut all them up, get them out of there. Because if they cut hay next week, we'll be hauling about a week or two later. Really not bigger hurry because the grass won't grow back that fast. I can leave them out in the hayfield for a little while. Because I have to stage them for when my brother picks them up with his tractor and trailer. Yeah, and I have to find out if if my brother-in-law could drive my brother's tractor and the trailer. If not, I'll be the one driving it. But if my brother-in-law can drive it, then I can haul my 6 bales with my trailer, so get done faster. All depends on my brother-in-law if he wants to help or not. Anyway, after I get that cleaned up, I also need to cut some of these branches off here. Yeah, they're hanging too low, and my brother's tractor his face will be hitting these, so I'll trim them off. I did the same thing over there, in that whole area there where the bales are, and I can do it again. I use my truck and a ladder. Oh, the flies. All right, heading back down to the bridge. Get some more work done down there. Actually, it's not too hot today. I'm staying in the shade anyway. Nice breeze coming out of there. Oh, that feels good. Especially with a little sweat. Oh, yeah, it feels good. Oh, there's my corral. Look at all the white clover. Yeah, it's growing pretty good. Yeah. Blooming. Okay, I'm headed back down to the ridge. I changed my mind about opening that gate up, letting them in here and on the pasture road. I just remembered that I noticed on the way back that the fescue growing on the road is just blooming now. It's just like the hayfield, and I want that to go to seed before I let the cows in. I want them to scatter. I want the fescue to go to seed, so scatter some seed, more seed on my road, make the grass grow more. So I'll just leave them out of here. They got plenty to eat out there anyway. Yeah, they didn't even come down here today. They got grass to eat up on top too. Anyway, I'm back to this job here. At least I'm still in the shade. I guess I'll start working on that because that's the driest. I poured that. I did that yesterday, so I'm gonna do my first bag there. Let's see how far it spreads. 12 bags of quikrete. I'll see how many I use. I'd like to have one left over for somewhere else. If I have it left over, I'll show you where I want to put it. First bag of quikrete, ready to go. Okay, this is where I'm going to first bag of quikrete. I'm going to dump it there. Maybe I'll dump it in the middle, spread it both ways. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll dump it, spread. See how many bags it takes this. First bag of quikrete dumped. Now I'm going to spread it. Hoping I'm making it too thin. Looks like a little hump going up there. Should have put more in that corner. It'd be on this next back, so I'll put some in there. So if that goes there, the next one will almost finish it. Yeah, I'm gonna use some up in there. I'll make that corner a little bit higher. Yeah, hope I'm not making it too thin, but it's got support underneath from the sand and cement. I think it'll be okay as long as I cover up the iron or the metal, the wires. Second bag of quikrete, ready to dump, or ready to mix, I mean. Here they come, coming down the bank, getting the funniest looks from me. Yeah, here they are. Here they are. I knew they'd be down here sooner or later, soaking the water. There's nothing else. Yeah. All right. There's one missing. Oh, here comes the white cow. The small white cow. Yeah. Probably with her baby too. Well, maybe not. Yeah, she's got her baby following her. Yeah, she's the last one to come down. Yeah, because the other 4 calves are back there. There's something. It looks like it's snowing. There's some kind of pollen coming off one of these trees here. Not sure which one though. Yeah. Somewhat. Yeah, there's some white fluffy stuff falling off the tree. See? Yeah. Who knows? Anyway, they're here. Okay, I got to get back to work. I got the second bag ready, but I think I'll take a couple shovelfuls out so I can fill in that corner over here instead of trying to drag it all the way across there. Yeah, I got some there. I got to raise that corner up a little bit, the whole end here, and then I've dumped the rest of it there. Okay, 2 wheelbarrows or two bags of quikrete. Third one is going there. Should finish that section. Here's the third bag. They all left the water except Bully. He's always the last one to leave. It's usually the first one in and the last one out. Usually. Look at the flies on his back. Yeah. That's on my to-do list. Get some fly treatment out here. Third bag dumped, ready to spread. Well, almost. A little bit low right here as compared to that, so I gotta level that out there. So on the next bag mix, I gotta put a few shovelfuls right here. I think that'll work. And the rest I'll put over here. I'll start here, work my way down. I think the bull's making a noise all the time. When I start recording, he quits. He goes, there it goes. Maybe the cow's in heat. Maybe he's sweet talking her. Well, that's the fourth bag. A little bit here, and a little bit there, and a little bit over there. That's the fourth bag right in through here. I had to put some here because that thing is a little bit higher than everything else, so I gotta match it. Yeah. That bull's making that noise. A slow hum. Well, there's 4 bags. This is done, and I started that one. I had to put a little bit more in there. 3 bags wasn't enough, 3.5 maybe. And then I started that one, and I'll just keep adding to it over there. I'll calculate 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, at least 5, maybe 6 for the rest of that. 6, and then I need one in. I need some in here too. At least 6 or 7. How many I got left? Look at there, I got 8 left. So if I've got one left over, that's good. I got a place for it. Yeah, I got a place for it. That's the 5th bag. Quikrete, ready to spread. Oh, it's not spreading as far as I thought because this is deeper here. Yeah, I had to scoot some of that. I dumped it there, but I had to scoot it all that way to get it somewhat even with the rest of it. Well, if I can get another one to go there. It's also a little wider here. Yeah, that was narrow. Right in through here is wider. It gets narrow again there, so yeah, it might reduce the amount. But I'll need at least 2 more bags here. So if I get 2 bags there, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's 7. Let's see if I can have that many bags left. Oh, 7 bags is exactly what I have left. Yeah, maybe I won't have an extra bag to use somewhere else. But that's okay, as long as I get this part of it done. Oh, bag 6, I got carried away with the water. Made it like a soup. I'll just dump it. I'm gonna mix another bag and make it drier. Maybe they'll blend in together. Oh, that didn't work out the way I planned. That batch was runny. What was it? The 6th bag? Something like that. I made the 7th bag. It's just as runny. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and spread that. Oh, it's still soft. And I got 5 bags left. Ouch. Flies are biting my leg again. Oh, I spread it out. Okay. That's pretty wide there. That's probably why I used so much. Yeah. That was 7 bags already. Yeah, 7, 5, 12, yeah. 7 bags, and it'll be 8 here. It probably goes to that bar there. That'll be 8, maybe. 9, 10, 11, 12. That might fit. I might, as long as I don't need to buy more cement, more quikrete, I'll be happy. I'm still glad I extended this out instead of cutting that off. It's a better connection to the ground here. Okay, mix another bag. Oh, it's 4 p.m. and I'm getting tired. I only got 5 bags left, so I think it'd be. Did I say it's 4 p.m.? Yeah, 4 p.m. I need a break. Well, at least I'm able to work in the shade, so that's good. It'd be. I really don't know where those things are flowing. Some kind of pollen coming off the trees. I don't know which one. Okay. Let's mix another one. Cows just left. Oh, a few minutes ago. They're out there already. Look at those calves. They're over by that rose bush. Yeah, they're over there on the bank. Above, on top. Yeah. They hang out together. Well, I identified the tree that's losing those pollen things. It's this willow tree here. See those white, there's some white things. I guess they're blooms. They're falling off of them. There's some more over here. Yeah, way up there. Yeah. That's what's floating out. Oh, look at that nice picture. We'll fall off the creek here. Fall off the bridge. Dead tree. Won't be long that'll fall. But it won't hurt nothing, I don't think. I don't have no fences down there that I know of. Okay. Nice fluffy clouds. And blue sky. Oh boy. Just woke up from a little nap. I laid down on the back of the truck. I needed a break and rest my back. But I'm still tired. Only got 5 bags left to do, so I'm going to get them done. It's about 4:30 now. That stuff wears me out. Oh, that bag of cement was a little, or bag of quikrete was, I mixed it a little better. It's a little firmer, which is good. Did I say that was the 8th bag? Yeah, because I have 4 left. 1, 2, 3 maybe, and 4 here. If I can squeeze 4 in, that'll be good. 4 bags left. Yeah, that there, right there is where I got the sand yesterday and today. About 14 buckets. Cattle are happily grazing the tall grass. And look at the clouds. I think there's a turtle out there. Looks like a turtle. Somewhere there. If it ain't a turtle, then it's a stick. But I thought I saw a leg move. It's just sitting there. That's probably a stick. I'll know if it swims away. But I can't wait for it. Well, it's 5 p.m. And I got 4 bags left. 1 bag's in the wheelbarrow ready to mix. And then I've got 3 whole bags yet. And that's my shadow. Ninth bag of quikrete. Number 9 bag. 3 bags to go. 1, 2, maybe 3 there. We'll see if I can make it fit. Yeah, I don't really need that much right here. I got the rock. Need to at least fill this up. That's at least 2 bags right there. Maybe I will have that third bag available for my other location. And they're back into the water again. That's it, bully. Get your feet wet. Let's see. It must have been a turtle because it ain't here now. Cattle must have scared it that. Yeah. They love this water hole here. Actually, it's not so much of a water hole, but they can drink along the creek. Yeah. It's more of a cooling off pool. Okay, got to get back to work. Almost done. 3 more bags. Number 10 bag. 11th bag is going to go in here and along here. I'll put it there first, and then I'll probably use a shovel with that. I'll dump it in with a shovel because whatever's left over is going to go along here. Yeah. This is a little bit low, so if I could keep it along the edge of that. Yeah. It might bust up later on, but at least it'll be hard. 2 bags left. 1 bag I'm using here where I've been working, and the last bag I'm going to use it somewhere else. There's the 11th bag with 1 to spare, but I can use it somewhere else. Yeah. All I can do now is smooth that out. Okay, well, this part of the job is done. Yeah, hope this little step will hold here. It should. I hope so. As long as I don't make any big holes. Well, this repair or maintenance is done. Cement stuff. It's all done. It took me a few days. Yeah, more than a few, I think. But it should hold up the traffic when you bring the tractor and bales, tractor, trailer, and bales here. Yeah, it looks good. The last bag is going to go over there. I've always had a bump there on this side. This side is pretty smooth, but that side's always got a bump when that hits the concrete. I want to fix it. I tried putting sand there, but it didn't. It just washes away. Okay. At least I've got 1 bag left over for that, which is good. Yeah, little patchwork going on here, but it's all solid now. At least it should be a smoother ride taking the tractors across. I still need some rock in that area there, but I got some rock I can bring down. I'll put some rock in there too. Yeah, but mostly in there. I try not to turn too short there, but I try to go in and then turn. Yeah, but sometimes you get in a hurry. Okay, and I'll come back tomorrow and take them boards off. They're okay for today. Yeah, this bump has been bothering me for years. I drag sand always deposits up here, and I drag it down to fill that up, but sometimes it gets washed away. But now I'm going to put the cement in there. Yeah. Yeah. That should help. I'm going to take that big rock out though. Well, maybe I should leave that big rock. Yeah, I'll leave the big rock is good there. So I can, looks like I hit it with a tire. Yeah, it'll stop the flow of the water a little bit. Although I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. I'll see. I'll do something with that rock. Let's see what I can do with this. I need to go from up there to there, but mostly over here. Mostly in this area. Yeah, I'm going to take that rock out and try to get it up against. I'm going to dig down a little bit, see what's under there. I don't know if it's concrete or if it's just sand. It's 6 p.m. There is concrete under there. I just need to raise it up, make it more of a taper. Yeah, gradual bump. Yeah, I'm moving that rock over there. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fill that. I only got one bag to work with, so I'm gonna fill it in there, but mostly over here. Yeah, because sometimes my wheel goes over here. Yeah. Okay, let's see what I can do. Yeah, I should make it better. And if I need to, I can always get more quikrete. Last bag of quikrete for that job over there. The 12th and last bag of quikrete is mixed, ready to dump out. I think I'll dump it all right here and spread it that way and that way. I want to get some on top of this cracked concrete too. And that's cracked because of every time I hit that with my tire. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get that patched up. Let's see what I can do with that. Oh, that's the best that I can do. I think I'm going to throw some of this dry sand on top of it. Yeah. I don't know why, but I just am. Yeah, I'm also going to push the sand up against it. Yeah. Yeah. Then I got the clean out water from the wheelbarrow. I want to dump that somewhere too. Over here somewhere. Yeah, maybe it's got a little cement in it. Oh, that's better than it was. I covered up these cracked concrete a little bit. Should be a smoother ride through there. I covered that concrete that I put down with sand. I hope I don't ruin it. But at least it's got a nice level, not level, but smoother transition from the here to there. I've noticed there's a lot of concrete in here, so I don't know why it's bumped up like that. Yeah. Okay. I have to remember not to drive on that for a few days to a week. What could I do? I need to put something there. I'm going to put a stick there. Make me go around. I see that when I drive through here in a few days, going to the top. Yeah, I got plenty of room to go around. Yeah. There's snakes. There's a snake. Hi, Snakey. He's gone. Cattle are over there. I don't know what they're. I guess they're just eating. Some of them down here, down that tree in the creek. They're scattered, but most of them are over there. Okay, not much of a wind. The only waves was from that snake. Look at that reflection. One last look at my concrete work for today. Yeah, I did all that, I think. Yeah, I did everything that's green I did today. Yeah, yeah, I did today. Plus I over here on this side, on that end, underneath the quikrete that I poured on top, I mixed some, was it 8, 12, 8, 9, 10, 10 buckets of sand underneath all that there, over there. There too, there, yeah, from there. I'd done this one yesterday underneath the quikrete. And I did this one, and that one, and there. What did I just say? 8, 9, 10. 10 buckets of sand. And the sand was from the creek sand, and it was mixed with cement. Bully came back through the gate again. Well, I'm done out here. Yeah. I can't drive up to the top for a few days until that concrete turns white. Even then, I'm going to go on the smallest part. If I have to go up there. I do want to go up there and put that board in at the long gate between the posts. We'll see. Oh, Bully's doing something with the hill. See how that cow went around that gate? It won't be long before that whole bank there is going to erode and cave in. So I need to take the hinges off of that gate and put them in a little bit more on this side, on this side. Yeah. That way I can open the gate all the way open. But right now I can't do that because the hinges are on this side of the post, which means the gate, that's about as far as the gate will open. Okay, just one more thing I gotta correct, but not today. Time to go home. I'm tired. I'm tired and I want to go home. There's a straggler, the white bull. He just came through the gate. Everybody else is out grazing again. Yeah. See how that cow went up the hill? There's a little berm up there. When they dug the creek out, they had one over here, but I was using it to feed hay bales. Oh, those calves are riding each other. Yeah. And over the years, the cattle knocked it down. But that one there is still pretty high. You can see how she just walked down that berm. I guess they call that a berm. It's a little ridge of soil. Yeah, I can't mow the top of that. It's too steep. Okay, calves are having fun. They're playing with each other. Okay, I did enough today. Time to go home. Okay, let's go. Well, I'm leaving the big pasture. I'm glad I got something done today. You know what? Every time I do something, it costs me money. I need to stop doing stuff. I think tomorrow I'm going to use a tractor. I got a job for the tractor tomorrow. Yeah. Oh wait, I can't drive on the concrete. Sorry, I got something to do on top with the tractor, but Okay. Yeah. It's going to be a few days before I want to drive on it. It's still green. When it turns white, then it's a little stronger. So I'll wait till then. Probably a week. I don't need to go up there now anyway. Well, most of their grass is down here. Most of it, the good stuff. Okay, well, looks like this fence. I got it mulched pretty good there with all that grass I blew under the fence. So I shouldn't have to worry about spraying the weeds underneath the fence for a while. Yeah, that's good. One of these days I'll have to check the south fence, but I sprayed it. I never did mow it, but I sprayed it pretty good, so hopefully that'll take care of it. Sun's still shining bright through the trees. It's 7 p.m. A few clouds to the north. There's my shadow again. Oh, there's the cattle here. They're keeping everything eaten down. A few iron weeds are growing. Yeah, I can see them out there. One of these days I might start spraying them. Yeah, I got other things to spray though. I gotta get the cattle oiler at the big pasture. I gotta charge that with some fly spray and oil. And then I wouldn't hurt to spray the... Next week's gonna be in the 80s. I bet the carpenter bees will be busy. A few clouds out that way too. I'm so tired from all that concrete work. All that bending over and mixing the cement. At least I got it done. Now I gotta wait a few days for it to cure so I can drive on it. Then I gotta take my tractor up there and do some work up there. Just after 7 p.m. Sun's getting low. Got another hour though for the sun to go down. There's my casa. A little wider view of my house. Oh, I'm glad the work's done out there. The concrete work anyway. Still other things I gotta do out there. And the big pasture. Time to call it a day and go inside my house, clean up and rest. And get something to eat too. 32 degrees just after 7 p.m. And there's Kitty. How you doing, girl? She was laying on the ATV back there. I came out the door. All right? Yeah. Yeah. Almost tripped. Huh? Well, I forgot to uncover my lemongrass today. It's too late now to uncover it, so I'll wait until tomorrow. I think it's okay. They like warm. They like warm. Warm season grass. They don't like the cold though. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to wait for the sunset. I might. But if I don't, it'll be the end here. I'll catch you on the next one.